Hey guys, good morning. Coming to you from Savannah, Georgia, Savannah River. Walking down November 21st, 2023. Enjoying a beautiful morning. Rain just passed. Got some things I want to get off my chest when it comes to the information highway. Just saw a podcast, told us that we're finally starting to expose the lies that these people have done against humanity, against the United States, against the world, against our children. They literally have turned everything into an evil operation that is even more horrific than it's been ever in the past. I don't think we ever realized. See these cargo ships as like this thing comes in to Savannah port. We don't know what comes in sometimes. We don't know what goes out. We think it's goods and services. We think it's something. Human trafficking's been horrific, people. It's been horrific. And we sit around here and we're mesmerized by these big vessels. But you got to realize that these vessels may be carrying something above and beyond what cargo is. Open your eyes. Start realizing what's going on there in this world. They lied to us 2020. They played the game with this pandemic. It was the flu. The doctors were in on it, the hospital administrators, the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, the NIH. Dr. Fauci lied. At first point, oh, we didn't need a mask. Then all of a sudden it accelerates. Now we need 2 masks. And then we realized the mask never worked in the first place. We all knew that. But it scared people. I spoke with friends here recently, and they're sitting there telling me they were scared because the propaganda machine of the media scared them. Every day they're out there, ooh, another death from COVID. They weren't deaths from so-called COVID, which, by the way, I won't use that term. I'm going to call it SARS-2, which is a coronavirus, which they had the patents on. Dr. Fauci, Bill Gates, they had him since 2003. Go to the CDC. Start seeing what they have as far as patents go and see if this stuff was already orchestrated 20 years ago. It was. That's the whole point with the situation. We now know that they sat there and shut down the whole world over the flu. 99.97% of the people that got this crap, including myself, survived. And then they want to jab everybody up with this freaking bioweapon, mRNA, that has ruined people's lives. I spoke with a friend of mine last night. She says she'll never be the same. She may not even survive. She's like a shell of what she used to be. She was a personal trainer. It's just beyond disgusting what these people have done. And we sit around here still clap and say that President Trump was the problem. He ruined the country. It was all his fault. Well, they put him in a terrible position because from a political standpoint, he's damned if he did and damned if he didn't. And the idea was he had to make moves somehow. So he let the so-called experts, science, make the calls. He let them make the calls. And you tell me, and that includes Mike Pence. Mike Pence was the go-to guy. What did Mike Pence do? Sold out the American people, just like the rest of them. Trump's the only one that actually supported us. So for all of you folks out there that don't understand, we've been played. This has been a chess match for a long time. It's coming out. This January 6th information, finally. You see Kevin McCarthy, he promised he's going to release those tapes. He never did. We all know. I saw those Ghostbusters come in. They came in. Clay Higgins, recently up there in Congress, he called out old Christopher Wray with the FBI because they literally set this up. They put these people, dressed them up as Trumpers, and they tried to accuse them. And then, unfortunately, these poor people that are still in that DC prison, that is an absolute disgrace. They've ruined these people's lives. You tell me these guys are murderers? The only person that I know got killed up there was Ashley Babbitt. And she was shot by a Capitol police officer because he was such a fear for his life that he had to shoot her. She was unarmed. Where are we going with this, people? You know where we're going with this? We're going to turn this thing into the next chapter of goodness in this world. Because the last chapter, for the last 10 years, 12 years, 20 years, let's go 30, let's go more than that, have been a scheme from these globalists, these deep staters that have literally infiltrated our governments, they infiltrated our schools, they got into every aspect, our school boards, policymakers, weasels, that's what I call them anymore. They're cowards. They're cowards. They're after our children. They literally are destroying our children. You tell me that an infant that can't defend itself is an enemy of the world. That's what they are treating an infant. And these morons and these idiots, these freaking death people, that's literally what they are. They want death to humanity. They want to control everything in their capacity. And they want everybody to just follow their lead because they're always right. Every policy, every agenda that they have created has been destructive. The only guy that actually uprooted the apple cart was Donald Trump. He got the people to understand. You run the country like a business. You start enforcing laws. You use the rule of law to basically take the criminals and get them out of the system. Put them into a capacity where they no longer can do any harm. We are at a stage right now, it's turning. But y'all better wake up, and I mean wake up right now. This is Savannah, Georgia. Construction everywhere. I've heard down the road, it's called Freedom Cities, Agenda 47. That agenda is going to be in the positive for the people of this country. We're going to run this thing like a business. We're going to make sure we cut anybody that's inferior in those positions and they're corrupt and crooked. Get them out of the equation. Literally get them out of the equation. Make them submit for the good of the country. Make these politicians and whoever else has done this to us, unless it's so horrific, make them submit and realize that they have to, for one, step down and watch Congress, watch them, because what they're going to do, they are going to step down because they're not going to run for re-election. Isn't that ironic how many of them, including Mitt Romney, that he's another turncoat dirtbag. We look at these people, rhinos, they're not just rhinos. They literally are globalists. And the globalist mentality is limited population, control the people, chip you up with some drug, control your bank, all your money, all your affairs, anything you do. There's no freedom anymore when it comes to these people. And they want to turn around and tell you that they're fighting for you and they're in the best interest of what your life should be. You, your family, your kids, it's not going to happen anymore. All you GOP people running, that includes DeSantis, who I'm totally disappointed in. Why would you even try to take on Trump and the machine? We are the machine. It's just not just the United States, folks. This is the world machine that has now been awakened. This woke, use that term, that thing is dead. It's done. This term, the awakening, is here. That's what we're doing. Every day we speak to people. All you people that hate Trump, we don't like the way he speaks, you don't like his tweets, put that on the side. Start looking at what really the interests of your best interests are. And understand this man's taking on a barrage that no one's ever seen in their lifetime. Ever. How you can attack a president, a former president, like they have, and get away with it. And when anybody does anything else, any other so-called president, which I believe a lot of them were just installed because that's how the system worked, then I don't really know what else to tell you when it comes to what your next step is. Look what you have in office right now. Right now. You have a zero. You have a guy that's, quite honestly, I don't even know if it's him or not, because they're doing so many crazy things in this world. He's sitting there and he's doing absolutely nothing but destroy, because his people, his little staffers and everybody else and all the lobbyists and the bureaucrats, deep staters, bankers, you name them, World Bank, Western Central bankers have controlled him. Look at this Ukraine debacle. Look at this crap that's going on. Now we have Israel and Hamas. Hamas is nothing but a terrorist group, and they're the government of Palestine, and yet these Palestinian kids over here in these universities are running around, going in there, charging the schools and yelling and screaming about how much they are oppressed. Well, perhaps, but on the other side of that coin, what have you done to actually push back against the bad people? Nothing. You've done zero. So we have our opportunity. Like I said, this is November 20th, 2023. People have to wake up right now. And if we don't wake up right now, then your life, as you know, is totally over. Mine, of course, is going to be gone, because they don't like outspoken people that actually tell the truth. The truth doesn't actually fall into their vocabulary. I don't think there's a dictionary for truth when it comes to the deep state and how these people play. But goodness is going to win. God is in control of this thing. Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, has his hands all over this. Listen to him. Search for him. Listen to what he's preaching out there. Don't go to the churches and listen to those guys either. A lot of them, quite honestly, have totally failed. And they've turned this into a horrible situation. When they make people mask up in a church, if you're a God-fearing Christian, why would you wear a mask that doesn't even work in the first place? Kind of makes you question things. Continually question things, folks. Don't give up the faith, and realize we're going to win this thing, but you're going to go through topsy-turvy times here in the next year. Get ready. Get ready. Be prepared. Buckle up. Financially, they're going to try to kill us. They're already doing it. And they lie every day about the numbers on the finances. Everybody's checkbook, pocketbook, bank account is going backwards, unless you're a crook. In the meantime, be somebody of substance. Talk to somebody about goodness. Don't go looking for fights. Give them the truth and let them see for themselves, and it'll come out. I'll talk to you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. This is 2023. I'm putting this on record, and we'll see what happens down the road, but I do believe we're going to turn this thing, and we're going to be a great nation in so many ways. And people are finally get rid of these foreign wars and all this other crap that these bastards have put us into, hurting our families, killing our people, maiming them, ruining them. They're sitting on the streets, these poor guys. They have no substance anymore. They're trying to steal their souls, and it's terrible. All right, Mike Seiko, I'll see you. Take care.